Hey there, hi there, who there. Gonna do some more Neverwinter Nights. So, where we last left off, we had just started closing in on that escaped Yanti in the Beggar's Nest. And Linu had died once again, because that's what Linus are wont to do. And before I got on, decided I would hunt her down, see what happened to her, and I found her standing out here outside the temple as though she were still standing in the swirly bits inside. So, you know, she's doing a good job, as Linus are wont to do. Anywho, do we have any actual business to do here? I don't think so. I just needed to find Lanu. We might as well rest before we head back in. But we're gonna keep on clearing the Beggar's Nest. That's what we're about. We're working on it. And how far around did we get? Bring up our handy dandy map. So we got to here. I feel like there's some dastardly things waiting for us in these little cubbies. Yeah, you hear that growling? Oh, there's some zombos down there. And a ghoul? Ugh, ghouls. The ghoul has spotted us. That's okay. We'll make short work of it. Linu, what are you about? Yeah, thanks for helping. Oh, she spotted some other fiend. We better chase her down. God, look at this gaping hole that we've got here. Maybe we should just clear around the outside before we start working our way in. Gulnan, what do you have to say for yourself? Oh, a zombie lord. Zombie lord, is it? Well, I don't care for your manners, my lord. That's it, Lenny. Get him. Teach him a lesson. Oh, clicking around. There we go. Hold on. Let me close that. Back at it. Sorry, Lanu. I'm clicking around. I'm ruining your life. All this pausing. It's fine, though. I totally missed what whatever Gulnan was using that other zombie to say to us, though. I'm sure it wasn't important. What could that Yanti possibly have to say to us that's worth hearing?
In the name of Sandy and Moonbow.
God, Lanu, you're just tanking all kinds of damage. Where are you getting these potions?
In the name of Sandy and Moonbow.
There we go. Oh, +1 sling, eh? I'll take your magic sling. that's right. There's a bunch of bodies to search. A ghastly business, searching dead bodies. Oh, you know, I meant to look up how you get into the strange house. And completely forgot. So that mystery will go unanswered for now. I don't need a frost trap.
Taste of my wrath.
Your turn undead was a huge failure. Punch at me, will you, zombie?
Victory will be ours!
I'll teach you.
Taste of my wrath.
I feel like we have to deal with another zombie or another spider in here, but I could be remembering wrong. Well,
Perish as you
these certainly aren't spiders. Okay, she's just talking about how lizard people will rule the world. So yeah, I was right. Not important. It's lizard people propaganda. You know how those lizard people like to spread rumors. They're awful with them, you know? Alright, that was a pretty good turn on dead, Lanu. Killing it. Crushing it. Wine? Just regular wine? Not anything special about it? Okay. And some bolts. Alright, just in case something horrible's beyond this door. Yep. We'll just give her a old save. And forge through.
You will die. The visions cannot lie. I see the coming of the eye. The eye.
What eye are you talking about? Makes no sense. I don't need a torch. I've already got a torch. Well, let's see what happens. Not too bad. Just a spike trap. Spike traps ain't no bother.
Victory will be ours!
Well, we found a Tauren. We did never find a way into that house though. So that's kind of a bummer. maybe no. Maybe I'll check when I need to pull up the build I'm using for this character. Maybe I'll do a quick search on Sign of the Serpent just to see. It'd be neat to check out the cult house. You know? I think that'd be a grand time, checking out cult houses. Alright, so we've got 4 rooms in here, and I feel like they're all filled with danger of some sort. Animated armor. Oh, he wasn't very difficult, was he? He wasn't very difficult at all. He dropped a gold piece. Oh. I missed. Oh, it absorbs 15 damage. That means I can deal 1 damage to it, because the sword at max will do, I think, 15. So we'll just ignore that for now. What we need is a weapon that deals some sort of elemental damage, because those things do not resist elemental damage. So even though you can't damage it with the physical stuff, if you have a weapon that does sonic damage or fire damage, at least the elemental modifier will always apply to the thing you're trying to break.
Alright, dear. I'm getting to it.
No, don't bother.
Alright, dear. I'm getting to it.
No, that's the wrong thing still.
Takasi! Oh, excuse my Elvin.
Linu, we're beating up the chest now. Alright, well, give up on your sarcophagus beating dreams.
Alright, dear. I'm getting to
Because
it.
it doesn't help anybody. It helps literal no one what you're doing.
Goddess, take you now! Takasi! Oh, excuse my Elvin.
Is this one also locked? That one is also locked. How come some of them open on their own and some of them I have to open myself? I don't understand. I don't understand what the game is doing. Oh, he didn't drop anything?
Alright, dear. I'm getting to it. Takasi! Oh, excuse my Elvin.
The trouble with me being unable to open a bunch of these chests, because neither of us are thiefy and neither of us have an elemental damage type, is that as soon as I do have such a thing, is that I'll have to do a bunch of like backtracking. Maybe I'll do that offline though, just to spare everyone my retracing my steps through the various places.
I'm getting to it.
Alright. Can we sleep? I may not rest at this time. Well, let's save real quick then. Give a roll save-a-rooney. Yeah. We are back at it. And then come in here. Oh, I remember this room. I think we want to go this way. Oh, what's this wraith up to? It's got some aura around it, huh? I'm proud of you, Lanu. So proud. Barely injured. Alright, let's switch to this guy for a sec. Alright. Back to the Wraith. Guy, he's so hard to hit. Apparently. Come on. Alright, we did it. We're the best hunters. Now what are you chasing off after? Oh, another zombie? Alright. Fair enough. I feel like this does something.
Taste of my wrath.
I'm pretty sure that that controls the undead. So if we had left them up, and if we decided to destroy that, that would have dealt with a lot of it. Let's give it another save before we approach the old Yanti herself. Oh, she's in the throes of spell casting. Oh. Yep, and that's why we save. Because we're pretty sure she's got some tricky spells up her sleeve. In such a case, just a regular tower shield. That doesn't interest me much. Not nearly as much as getting the opportunity to take a little nap and regain some spells. That seems important. What do you think about it all, Lanu? Alright. We'll save in here just in case we decide we want to buy something or do something should our next attempt not go well. Yeah, enter the portal, pay the gold. Alright. Lanu, you should just not care about that zombie.
Let the earth
We need to teach Gul'dan a lesson. Oh no. Okay. Lanu, what are you doing? Alright, she has a scimitar. It's all coming back to me. So one of the reasons why I think I have such fond memories of this game in particular is that
My pack is too heavy. It's difficult to carry.
it was around a time when I was learning to play D&D originally, so it was nice to be able to kind of recapture some of that fun and sentiment in a digital game, because at the time the only real D&D that I had been playing was whenever like I was visiting family, because I played with my uncle, who had taught me how to play and was running the game for both me and my other uncle. It was just a small 2-player campaign, and we would just, when we visited over the summer, as you tend to do with family when you're young, we would play some D&D, and that's how I learned. That was my first campaign. And another magical longsword.
Pack is too heavy.
How neat.
It's difficult to carry.
Yeah, I know about it being difficult to carry, man.
My pack is too heavy. It's difficult to carry.
Yeah, I know. We're going to move this in here and it's going to be fine. So, that was my introduction to it. And then, whenever... That meant that we played at most, once a year. Maybe for a week or whatever, but still just once a year. And it wasn't until I started teaching my friends in high school how to play that I got to play again. So being able to get kind of that D&D fix, if you will, through a game was a lot of fun. Now, I think that this game is fun regardless. I think it's a good... a fair interpretation of D&D, but it's also just, I think, just a fun RPG. But it does put me in mind of that first campaign that I played, and those fond memories of early tabletop RPGing, and it's nice. It's nice to get there. Maybe we'll do some D&D stories. I don't know. I could tell you the story of that first campaign. I played a fighter magic user, Gray Elf, and the first time I drew him, this is something you don't know about me necessarily, but I like to draw. It's one of my long-standing hobbies is to draw, and so one of the most exciting things for me going forward, whenever I play D&D, and certainly was then as well, is getting to draw the character, picture what it looks like and get that down on paper. Now, I was fairly young and fairly nascent in my artistic ability at the time, but it did have the unfortunate, obvious correlation to Link. Yeah, it was a blatant Link ripoff, green tunic and hat and all, and I feel bad about it now. Just feel real bad. But it was fun. It was fun to get to draw it. So I was a Gray Elf, more specifically, and my uncle, not the one who was running it, but the one who was another player in the game. I'm gonna look up where this sign is because it's gonna drive me crazy. Sign of the Serpent. Never. There we go. A couple of people you should help out. One is a brother. Oh, we're supposed to get it from his brother. I see. Well, while I'm paused, let's bring up our build as well. Okay, so the other player in that first campaign, he played just a straight fighter, and he was a half ogre fighter, so he's a big brute of a thing. And also, elves and ogres, if you're not familiar with the lore of most D&D campaign settings, don't get along all that well. Ogres tend to eat things like elves and whatnot, He's only half ogre. Oh, am I not going to get the strange symbol now that I have the ring? What if I drop the ring? Let's try this again.
Hi there. Hi there.
Oh, he doesn't give it to you. I think I missed my chance to get in that room. That's a real bummer. I really want this. This seems like the bad choice. Okay. I regret doing it.
Hi there.
That's a bummer. I really wanted to get into that building. I feel like there's good stuff in that building. Will they just let me in now that I've completed the quest line, maybe? I don't think they will. Well, that's a bummer. Anyways, first D&D campaign. So it starts off as me being a fighter magic user, elf. We had some story about, I don't know, that maybe the fighter half was the newer or more nascent of my abilities, and I was out in a clearing outside of town practicing swordsmanship or what have you, and I noticed that there was a menacing ogre beast headed toward town, the town that I had taken up residence in, and I was concerned that he was going to, wreak ogre-like havoc upon said town. So I tried to intervene. As it turns out, he was just there trying to track down the human half of his family tree. And so, in order to avoid conflict, I thought maybe I would accompany him and maybe kind of run interference, if you will. Or if you won't, I'm not particularly bothered either way. So that's how we kind of got together, and we started, trying to hunt down his family tree and all that good stuff.
I knew you'd help us, Spy. Willikers Whiskers. I heard about what you did before and knew you'd take care of business.
I sure did, Harbin. A Yanti? The search for Akira must not be going well if they're willing to risk dealing with one of those. I have no information on what to do with it. You best take it to... I feel bad about shaking Germani down for more gold. I was just trying to get the talisman, I don't need to shake you down for more. I got some sort of amulet. Alright, that's cool. Drake?
We can count on you to repeat your success.
Alright, well, I might look up later what I missed out on in the strange house. Since there doesn't appear to be any going back. I don't have to run back. Let's turn in our Yanti heart. You don't want to turn in the third item or the fourth item. If you turn in the definitely if you turn in the last item,
Welcome back.
you set yourself on the course for the end of the chapter. So
It is but one small step. Well done. I heard of the trouble in the Bagan where battling the plague has drained the coffers. Is there something else you need?
I found a
Let me
note.
see. You were right to bring this note to our attention. Take it to Fenthic. He is the one in charge of unmasking the enemy behind all this. Is there anything else I can do for you? Farewell.
No, I'm good. Thank you, though. Is Fenthic still over here? Oh, he's still over here hanging out with Dester. The asshole. Oh, you a asshole.
And well met as always. Is there something I may do for you?
I found this note. What do we have here? It seems the plague was unleashed on us as part of some greater plot. We may have worse trials ahead of us than the Wailing Death. What could be worse than the Wailing Death, Fenthic? I fear Reln is playing a trick on you with this so-called evidence of some grand conspiracy. Why would I do such a thing? Perhaps this is some kind of sick joke on your part, Reln, or maybe you thought to get some kind of reward for this flimsy piece of paper. Please, Dester. I hardly think Reln is the kind of man to do such a thing. I think this bears further investigation at the very least. Rest assured that I intend to follow every lead in my efforts to find out who is behind the suffering of Neverwinter. You have done well to bring this to me. Yeah, it's an honor, man. Thanks. You're very generous. I'll be going now. Yep, thanks for the blessings of Tyr as well. I appreciate those too. Hey, we're back up to some respectable gold. I could afford another 80% bag reduction, or a reduction bag. Those are valuable, you know? I got a bunch of stuff on the ground too. What is this special holy water? Is that what I need for the recipes of the forge? Or is that something else? Is the special holy water Lanew's thing? I don't remember. Scales of Truth. Special holy water and a suit of magical armor. So the Scales of Truth are AC 5. And what is this? And this is an AC 7. So we can make the Scales of Truth if we take this change cert.
The pack is too heavy. It's difficult to carry.
Yeah, it is difficult to carry. Maybe we'll leave this half plate here and wear this there. And then we'll make the Scales of Truth. Was there anything else that needed the holy water before we make that decision? Holy water, gargoyle skull. Adamantite, dragon blood, ironwood, dragon blood, diamond, ironwood. The Mace of Disruption would need special holy water, but we're not really on course to use a mace now, are we? The Drone Morning Star requires fairy dust. Rune Hammer is adamantite, diamond, dragon blood, fairy dust, ironwood. Oh, and the golden sickle. Alright. So assuming that we don't need or want a Mace of Disruption, which we don't because we're using longswords, then we can go ahead and use this special holy water to make Scales of Truth. And I think that might result in something that is lighter than our current armor. And boy, that just make me so happy. Because I just need more carrying space. You know how sometimes you just need to free up some space in your bag so you can carry more things? Exactly. And by space, I mean encumbrance or weight allowance. Whatever you'd like to refer to it as. Alright. So I think we need to... Oh, it's already out. Alright. So I think we put them in the forge, if memory serves. We put these things in here. And then we talk to...
Hello there.
I want you to make a thing for me. Yeah. Oh, 500 gold. I didn't know you were going to be charging me 500 gold for it. Alright, what does the Scales of Truth do? Oh, AC 6. Oh, plus an AC modifier, because it's +1. And then improve saving throws, and then we can see invisibility. Alright, well, that's kind of cool. It's a bit of a deep V, which isn't necessarily something I was looking for in an armor set, but it is definitely lighter than what we were using. And it looks alright, except for the deep V. But that's okay. I think we're going to switch to white bone armor if we find a gargoyle skull. But for now, we have the Scales of Truth. Can I... Yeah, okay. So I can assign the C invisibility down there. Alright, that's neat.
Hello.
You don't sell bags, do you? You do not. You do sell a large shield, +1, ogre gauntlets. Buy my wine for a gold. Why didn't this... Why didn't he take the ring back? I don't want this ring. Oh. Would like to identify this. AC +2. Ooh. And I didn't have any natural armor modifiers yet, so it's just all pluses. Great. Do we got anything else of interest? We got another sword, we got a scimitar, and we got a sling. I'm not going to use the sling, right? And there wasn't a magical thing for the sling either, right? I don't think so. I don't remember reading a sling in here. No. No sling. Sell the sling. There is a thing for a scimitar, though, so we'll hang on to that for now. I might add it to my pile in the temple. Before we head off to, I don't know, either the docks or Black Lake. Let's see what the game recommends. I assume if I talk to Erebeth, she'll give me a hint of where I should go next. All right. Let's go ahead and open this up. Nope, wrong one. Let's go ahead and open this up. And let's place our extra stuff on the ground. Including this book. who would have wanted Gul'dan's journal? Hey, Lanu, now that we've done 2, do you have anything new to say? I appreciate that you've waited patiently to hear more of my story. I think we've gone through enough together to warrant a deeper level of trust. I think so too, Lanu. You've died many times next to me. I just ask that you don't make fun of me, since this was such a dark blot on my name. Many years ago, a cleric performed a service for the people of Everesca by uncovering a drow plot to destroy the city. Sehanine Moonbow came and presented the priest with a silver goblet. And that was what was stolen? Yes, the thief stole it right out of the temple and managed to sneak out of Everesca. No small accomplishment there. The other priests were frightfully mad. Only the head priest was willing to concede that it could have happened to someone else, but of course it didn't. It happened to the person that broke the head off the golden statue of Corellin. Oh, you broke the statue of Corellin too? Goodness. I didn't know what to do, so I stayed up all night praying to Sehanine to guide my path. The goddess heard my prayer, and just before the first ray of light broke the dark, I was granted a vision. I saw myself leaving Everesca and going on a long journey. At the end of the journey, I returned with the chalice. The trip itself was a blur. I had no idea where to go, other than north and west. When I told the priests of my vision that would take me far away from them, they held a cheerful celebration in honor of my sacred quest. It was the first moment in my life that I felt I truly belonged. Yeah, no, that's good. But now they will never welcome me back to their city. My quest has failed. We can find it, girl. No, you do not understand. No one will ever understand. I shall be an outcast for life. Please, I should not have said so much. We'll talk more about this later, but not now.
Hey there, dear.
You sure? Okay. So you're legitimately done with your story this time. Okay. Here's our pile of random loots. I could probably just sell this half plate.
My pack is too heavy.
Yep.
One of the bars
It's
here,
difficult to
I
carry.
believe I heard Lord Nasher himself.
Yeah, great.
One of the bards here, I believe I heard Lord Nasher himself.
All
of
right.
course. I will do my best to help with whatever you need to know. There are many rumors, and I went to the City Watch reports a new rebellion
In the Black Lake District. All right.
Commoners claim the nobles have found a secret cure. Perhaps it is related to the creature, but there is no guarantee the reports are accurate. The creatures could be in any one of the city districts. I shall leave it up to you where you want to take your search.
Okay.
Is there anything else? Farewell.
Then off to the Black Creek District we shall go. So now that we've progressed to the point where we can get part 2 of someone's story, like we got Lanu, we could actually do the same with all of the henchmen. They should tell us the rest of their story up to part 2. And you get rewards for doing their quests. So, I mean, at the cost of, 150 or whatever you talk them down to per person, you get some fancy magic rewards. I don't remember whose is what and how good anymore, but I seem to recall them being pretty good, and I think they also upgrade if you continue progressing their quests in the other chapters as well. So you get like the better version of whatever thing they give you later on. If memory serves. I could be wrong. I could be remembering wrong. Sendrin, do you have anything interesting to tell me?
Hey there.
Please, can you help me? I don't know what to do. What's wrong? My name is Sendrin, and everything has gone wrong. This whole area is overrun. Those bastards in Black Lake don't care. They've locked themselves away, abandoning the whole place. What's wrong? After the whaling began, we got caught between the quarantine and the Black Lake barricades. We were at the mercy of the plague thugs. The plague thugs? Some of them used to be friends, but the plague took their minds, drove them mad. They became like animals. Then Loxar showed up. Loxar? Loxar is a big half-orc. Not sure where he came from. He showed up after the first few plague thugs started going mad. Loxar looted in their wake. After a while, when the place was disrupted, Loxar just started killing people and taking whatever he wanted. I think he realized the guards don't care about us in here. I think I'm one of the last survivors. I've no reason to stay. He's killed my family, taken everything. I just want to know he's dead before I try to get to the city core. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. You will? Thank you. Loxar is in this no man's land somewhere. He's pretty much taken whatever houses he wanted. There's still plague-mad thugs around, too. Please be careful. You're the first person to give a damn about anything that's happened here. Yeah. I'll do what I can, man. I don't know for sure that I'll be successful, but I'm willing to try. The old college try. Oh, there are a lot of bad things in this place, huh? Some rabid dogs and a plague-mad thug. I'm sorry, pup. And a box. Boxing. I'm about 2 boxing of donuts. Alright. Another barrel to loot. We got some more rabid dogs coming up. That's all well and good. What spell did you use? Alright, diseased thug. Going down. Maybe I should start saving before I go in houses because I don't remember where Loxar actually is. And I think he's kind of tough. I think he's got a big double axe and it hurts. If I remember, he hurts a bit. Just a bit, though.
Goddess, take you now!
Goddess, take you now. Oh, anyways, where was I in D&D? Oh, so the half-ogre and the gray elf had just became tentative friends as they walked in the city, and they worked to meet the half-ogre's human relatives because he didn't fit in very well with the ogres. So that's what we did. We went looking for his family. Oh man, how long is this? How long ago was this? This would have been around... It would have been before this game came out, I believe. Because it would have been when I started high school. So... like 17 years ago? 16, 17 years ago? So, my memory may be a little hazy in regards to the order of events. What we discovered is that his grandfather, on his human side, was being shook down by a group of thugs for protection money. You know how people do with protection money. And so it kind of set us on a course to investigate this group, which I believe were known as the Unholy Six. And so we were kind of investigating around town, trying to find out more about that group. And this is where it gets a little confused. So we learned some of their members. They definitely had a drow elf, a human, I want to say a half-orc as well, are the ones that I definitely remember. Oh, there was a gnome too. But I don't remember the other couple of characters in it. But anyways, they were bad news, right? They were bad news bears. And we got diverted from that because there were times where we wanted to play a little bit more, but someone was unavailable, right? Like my uncle that was the other character was unavailable, so we did kind of like some solo games where it was just my dude and maybe an NPC out and about. Oh, this is where locks are, I'm pretty sure. Let's go ahead and save before we deal with that. So we oh, I remember. So to protect his grandfather, we decided to leave him with the ogre half of the family, the ogre clan, which was a little precarious, but figured it'd be difficult for this group to get to him amongst that tribe of, maybe it was all half ogres, because they weren't particularly dangerous. So we went to go take him there. Let's go fight this Luxar character. Oh, he's got a scythe. That's right. And if you're not aware, scythes just hurt like a lot. Is the problem here? They have a massive critical multiplier. I think it's like ×3 or whatever, instead of the ×2. So it hurts a lot. I guess we'll drink. Oh, throat's a little dry. We'll pick up with some more stories of my D&D in a bit. I guess it's good my AC is so good. Oh, not good enough, apparently. Does he have a magic scythe? He might have a magic scythe even. So if you're going for a big damage build, a good one to do is like a weapon master that uses a scythe. And if you want to not die, I can't help you there because I die all the time. I can. What you can do is you can give yourself gold, and then use that gold to buy the various equipment that the vendors sell, and then that will over-prepare you for the trials and tribulations of combat. Unfortunately, the best like early game, like kind of cheaty items to get are, there's these 3 belts, and each belt gives you damage resistance against a certain damage type, and that works really well against most of this first chapter, right? So if you're fighting guys with like thrusting weapons, you put on the piercing belt. If you're fighting guys with just have fists, you put on the blunt damage one, and so on. It doesn't help you so much against this guy because scythes have 2 damage types. They do both piercing and slashing, and so he bypasses what could be your little early game cheat. But that's okay. Oh, Lenu, stop getting hit by this guy. She's just straight dead, right? Yeah. Maybe I'm dead too. Let's deal with this dog. I should have dealt with the dog first like I did last time. Oh, jeez.